Am I in the air?
Well, all right. What is going down, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? My name is Don Mega, and I'm your host. I'm so happy that you're here to join me today to get caught up with all the latest and the greatest when it comes to entertainment news, television, movies, non-spoiler reviews. You come right here on a week-to-week basis to get caught up with it all. It's season 28, episode 20, and tonight's show is simply titled Believe. We're going to be breaking down the news from May 15th through today, May the 21st. Got a couple movies to talk about. We're going to highlight a couple TV shows and then get you caught up with the news of the week. So let's go ahead and let's jump on in, shall we? We're going to start off with the new number one film. I've been waiting to see this one. It is If. If is the new film directed by John Krasinski. Of course, you know John Krasinski from The Office. But lately, he's been becoming a great director. He dipped his toes into it with Quiet Place 2. Did a phenomenal job. But he wrote this movie as well, too. So he wrote and directed. And then got his buddy Ryan Reynolds the star. And then a slew of amazing actors to do the voices for all of these imaginary friends. Kaylee Fleming is the little girl in the movie, and she was fantastic. And the premise here, very simple. A girl discovers she can see everyone's imaginary friends and embarks on a magical adventure to reconnect forgotten ifs with their kids. So, yes, that's the premise of the story here. Kaylee Fleming's character is going through some stuff. She had lost her mom. Her dad is John Krasinski in the movie, and he's going in for some heart surgery. And she's just really down. She's really sad. She's down, and she's staying with her grandmother. And one day she sees one of these ifs, and then discovers she can see all of these ifs all of a sudden, and then meets Ryan Reynolds' character, who is a guy that basically is trying to reunite ifs with their adults. They're basically, when these adults were kids, they created these imaginary friends, but as they got older, they forgot about the imaginary friends, and they're trying to see, can we reconnect them with their adult versions, or can we almost reassign them to new children? So it's a very loving premise for a kids movie. It's a PG film that just looked like it had a really real good heart, and was going to be a fun time at the theater. I have a daughter. She's 10 years old. This was right up her alley. She wanted to see this movie so bad, one of her most anticipated films of the year. So we went and we saw it opening night, and we absolutely loved it. It was so full of heart. It has moments where you're fighting back the tears. It hits you in the gut. It really makes you feel, even as an adult, because there are those moments of the adults forgetting about how things were when they were children, and the ifs wanting to reconnect with them. And all the ifs were really cool, man. Such a cool imagination, really, at the end of the day, that explains these things and all the different versions. And Steve Carell playing the main if, the big purple kind of monster looking thing, that his name's Blue. It's like, well, why's your name Blue? You're purple. My kid was colorblind, right? So he just named me what he saw. But his if was amazing. But Phoebe Waller-Bridge does one of the voices of one of the main um, ifs, Blossom. Louis Gossett Jr., who of course just passed away recently, he voices Louis, this amazing teddy bear that's very wise and kind of helps explain the process. There's so many people that pop up in this thing that I'd be here all day trying to name the voice cast in this thing. What I want to say is everybody does an amazing job. You know, John Krasinski, really congratulations on just putting together something like this for the whole family, being able to write this film, direct this film, even star in this film a little bit, was great. Ryan Reynolds, always awesome. Big Ryan Reynolds fan, love him, and I love what he got to do in this movie. And like I said, Kaylee Fleming really stealing the show. It's hard with young actors and actresses; you never know how they're going to play it off, and she did amazing. She's going to be someone to look out for in the future. And like I said, all the ifs, all the voices, great. If we're in a day and age where we don't get a ton of really good movies that are for the whole family, or no, that's really the point. The whole family, right? Like, there's a lot of kids' movies. Garfield comes out this weekend. It's going to be, a fun kids' movie for the kids, not so much for the adults, right? If is a movie that is for the kids and the adults, the whole family. Everyone can have a great time with it. And we certainly did. My daughter gave this movie 5 stars. I give If 4 stars. I thought it was really, really solid. And, you know, I hope the word of mouth gets around to this one because it did so at the box office. Um, I thought it would do better. The early reviews for this movie were super, really, really high, and then the critic reviews came out and were really in the middle. Like, this movie's got kind of like a 50% from critics, but almost a 90% on the audience side. So take that for what you will. I think it's a great time. I had a blast with it. My daughter had a blast with it. And if you got kids and you're looking for something to do, If is a great one to go watch. So there you go. If 4 out of 5 stars. My next movie is a film that came out in theaters last month, but I didn't get a chance to see it. It kind of came and went real quick, but it looked fun, and I wanted to give it a watch because it's on VOD now, and that is the new film Sting. Now, most of you probably don't even know what this is, but this was a movie that was kind of advertised as a giant spider just going around killing people. But the premise is about after raising an unervingly talented spider in secret, 12-year-old Charlotte must face the truth about her pet and fight for her family's survival. Your biggest fear just got bigger. So yeah, so in this movie, this little girl Charlotte finds a spider and she really likes it, so she kind of, makes it her pet, and as she's feeding this thing, it starts growing tremendously. And by the end of the film, this thing is gigantic. And they're in an apartment complex, and this thing is getting into the air ducts, and it's just going around killing everybody. It's a silly movie. Um, I wish there was a little bit more with the spider, but there are some cool moments with it. Overall, I actually had a pretty fun time with this film. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's not bad. It actually was a fun little watch. It's got some campy elements. It's got some humor to it. Jermaine Fowler pops up in this one, so he brings the humor for sure. And no one's winning any Oscars here, but sometimes we don't need everything to be that, right? This is just a fun little horror thriller, and it did its job. So I would recommend Sting. It is on VOD right now. You'd have to rent it. So I'm not going to tell you to go spend money on it, but when this thing hits some sort of streamer here soon, and you could check it out for free, I definitely recommend you do that. So that's Sting. I would give Sting 3 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it. All right, over on the TV side, I don't have anything new, but I'm just kind of making my way through some stuff, and I wanted to kind of shout out number one, Sugar. I finished Sugar. This is the new show on Apple TV Plus with Colin Farrell, where he's a private detective. This show was awesome. I really enjoyed this show. The finale was good. It makes me really want a season two. I thought Colin Farrell was amazing in this role. There are some really cool twists and turns throughout the show, and it's something definitely worth your time. So check out Sugar over on Apple TV Plus. The show's over now, so you can binge all the episodes. And then lastly, just wanted to shout out Young Sheldon. Young Sheldon came to a finale last week. They had a 2 episode series finale as they're putting this show to rest, but then they're going to do that spin-off with his brother and his brother's wife and kid on starting next season. But the story of Sheldon is over, and they brought Jim Parsons back so they could do kind of like a flashback, flash forward kind of thing. Um, and the show got me, man. The show got me. Young Sheldon was a heartwarming, fun family show, um, and if you watched Big Bang Theory, you knew Sheldon's dad had passed away when he was young. And this show has been on for God, what was it on for? 8 seasons, 9 seasons, something like that. And the dad never passed. So you were always kind of waiting for it. And, the timing was perfect. They knew they were wrapping the show up this season. So they had him pass away on the third episode before the finale. And it was gut wrenching because you've grown to really love the dad character over the course of all these seasons, and you know it's coming, but then the episode finally happens and he does pass. And the next episode about the funeral and how Sheldon processes that his dad is gone, they did an amazing job. And that episode had me in tears the entire time. They did such a great job with it. And then the big finale episode. So they did amazing. It was a great series finale. So Young Sheldon is now done. And you can check that out if you're interested. Just wanted to give it a little shout out because they did a wonderful job with that show over the course of the years. Alrighty, so let's get on over to the box office. Coming in at number 10 is Civil War. Number 9 is The Blue Angels. Number 8, Godzilla X Kong The New Empire. Number 7, Taro. Number 6, Back to Black. This is a debut. It's the Amy Winehouse movie with 0.8 million at number 6. Number 5 is Challengers, which is now available on premium VOD. Number 4 is The Fall Guy with 8.3 mil. After just 3 weeks in the theater, this movie, as of today, is now available on premium VOD as well. You can buy it and rent it as of today. That's insane. The big movie that kicked off our summer movie season literally 3 weeks ago is already available to buy at home for 25 bucks. It blows me away. I saw this movie twice in the theater. I love this movie. This movie should have done so much better. Domestically, it's only at 62.8 million, and that's insane for such a great movie. I cannot believe it's on VOD already to get it home. And this is part of the reason why these movies are kind of failing at the box office. I think a lot of people are starting to realize, hey, if I just wait a couple weeks, I can get it at home, right? If you got a family of 3, 4, 5 people and you wanted to go watch this movie and you knew it was going to cost you probably 150 bucks, all in with food and everything, now I could buy it for $25 or rent it for 20 and my whole family can watch it at home and we got snacks and, so I get it, but man, whew, it's crazy. Number 3 is another debut. It's The Strangers Chapter 1. I do want to see this. I don't know if it's worth me going to the theater to see, but I do like it's the start of a new trilogy. They filmed 3 movies at one time when they did this one. Chapter 1 is basically just a remake of the original Strangers movie, but then it's going to kind of spin off and do its own thing for chapter 2 and 3. So, but hey, pretty good debut. I know the studio is very happy with the 11.8 million they made this thing on the cheap, so good for them. Number 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, only dropping 56% from week 1 to week 2. Pretty good hold there. And number 1, we just talked about it, If, bringing in 33.7 million. Like I said, they were estimating going into the weekend that If would make about 40 million. And then it did okay on Friday, and then it dipped a little bit on Saturday, but then it came back really strong on Sunday because of word of mouth. So they were estimating this thing was kind of like a roller coaster over the weekend. They wanted 40 million, then they said, it looks like it's only tracking to do 30. And then by Sunday night, they said, oh no, it actually is going to do 35. So it was like, oh shit, okay, 35 mil, not too bad, kind of right in the middle of those expectations. And then when the final numbers came out on Monday, it was 33.7. So it's unfortunate it didn't even get that 35 locked in. It deserves more. Not that this is super horrible, but the movie cost, I think, 110 million to make. So, 33.7 is not going to cut it. So, word of mouth, baby. Let's get out there. Let's support movies like If. Okay, that's your box office. Let's get on over to our news of the week. Will Ferrell is going to be starring in a new movie called Golf. This is over on Netflix. It's going to be his first ever scripted comedy series. That's right. Ferrell will play a fictional golf legend in the 10-episode comedy, which he co-created with Rami Youssef and Josh Rabinowitz, and is going to be executive produced by Ryan Johnson. Ooh, what a great team behind this. Will Ferrell finally doing a TV show over on Netflix. Golf, 10-episode comedy. Let's go. We have the first trailer for Dune Prophecy. That's right. This is a new original Max series that's going to be streaming this fall. And this one is set 10,000 years before the birth of Paul Atreides, um, before the universe knew them as the Ben Gesserit. So I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, the Dune movies are okay, but then trying to turn it into a TV show prequel, 10,000 years earlier, we'll give it a shot, but it's a big task right there to try to do this one. So, but check out the trailer, see what you think. The new trailer also dropped for Wicked. I know a lot of people are very, very excited for Wicked. Everyone deserves the chance to fly. It's a big trailer, man, over 3 minutes long. But we've been waiting for this one. The movie comes out in November. I'll tell you, it looks okay to me. Movies, I'm definitely not the demographic for this movie, but my wife is. She loves Wicked, and this is her most anticipated movie of the year. She watched the trailer and loved it. So I'll take her word for it that this looks really, really good. Fantastic Four is still ramping up that cast as they've added Natasha Lyonne now. That is pretty awesome. Natasha Lyonne, always a great addition to any project. We don't know who she's playing, but she will be in Fantastic Four. Keira Knightley will star in a new feature film adaptation of the best-selling novel The Woman in Cabin 10. It'll be directed by Simon Stone. I know a lot of people are excited about that. That was a big book. Lionsgate is developing a John Wick spinoff movie around Donnie Yen's Kane character that was in John Wick Chapter 4. The film is going to shoot in Hong Kong in 2025. I love this. Kane was an amazing character played by Donnie Yen in John Wick Chapter 4. I had a feeling, because I know they want to really branch out this franchise, and I had a feeling if you're going to do a spinoff, you're probably going to pick this character, and they did. So great one there for Lionsgate to continue pushing the John Wick world. It is official. Adam Sandler's been teasing it for a while that he was going to do a Happy Gilmore 2. It is official. It's coming, and it will be on Netflix. That's right, because of Adam Sandler's deal with Netflix as a streamer. Um, they get first dibs, and they wanted it. So Adam Sandler, Happy Gilmore 2, officially a go over at Netflix. No timetable for when it'll come, but it's coming. Faux show now. No more a rumor. Anthony Mackie and Jamie Dorman are going to do a new heist series called 12-12-12. It has landed on Apple TV Plus and is nearing a series order. Mackie and Dorman will also star in the series and executive produce, so that's pretty cool there. South Park coming out with another special. Uh, this time they're making fun of Ozepic. That's right. South Park, The End of Obesity, will premiere on May 24th exclusively on Paramount Plus. We have the trailer for that. It's awesome. We love the South Park specials. Let's go. Super cool. Adam Driver, Tom Waits, and Mayim Bialik are joining Kate Blanchett in Father, Mother, Sister, Brother. Catherine Bigelow is set to direct a White House thriller movie over on Netflix. We have the trailer for Blackwater Lane, which is a supernatural thriller starring Minka Kelly and Dermot Mulroney. Jodie Comer set to lead Kenneth Branagh's The Last Disturbance of Madeline Hine. Pierce Brosnan set to star in a new werewolf movie directed by his son that's called Wolfland. The Last of Us Season 2, we have some set photos and some first look pictures from the HBO drama, so you can check that out right now. Civil War is going to be hitting digital on May 24th. So we were just talking about movies hitting digital shortly after their theatrical releases, and here you go, Civil War, May 24th. We have the trailer for a Reunion, which is a new comedy starring Lil Rel Howery. This trailer was okay. I didn't love it, and is actually the premise of this movie is exactly the after party that was on Apple TV Plus. So it looks like a complete ripoff of the after party, but we'll see. It looks very cheap, also, by the way. Um, We have an interview with some stars from Agatha All Along, the new MCU show of WandaVision spinoff. So you can check that out if you would like to know more. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to spoil nothing for nobody. Raven's Home has been canceled after 6 seasons on the Disney Channel. An Alice centered spinoff pilot is in the works as well. Over on Grey's Anatomy, Midori Francis is leaving after 2 seasons. Kristen Bell and Adam Brody, their comedy series Nobody Wants This, will get a fall release date over on Netflix. 1883's Tim McGraw is set to headline a new Netflix bull riding drama series. Three Body Problem has been renewed for season 2. The executive producers promise epic conclusion to the sci-fi saga. Now, there's been a lot of confusion on this Three Body Problem. Supposedly, the news came out, it was renewed for a season 2. Then the news kind of changed its tone and said, well, we're going to do more episodes, like they were going to expand season 1, and we're going to do some more episodes to finish telling this story. And then yesterday, news came out that said basically like, we're going to do multiple seasons of this show. We basically have a roadmap. We know where we want to go, and Netflix is allowing us to take you there. So I guess at the end of the day, all you need to know is more episodes of Three Body Problem are coming. Is it multiple seasons? Is it one more season? Is it just extra episodes? I don't know. But you're going to get more. So that's the good thing. Flipper Flops, Tarika Musa and Christina Hall are going to reunite for post-divorce spinoff, The Flip Off. I love this. I actually don't watch most of these like flipping shows, house shows, but my wife watched Flipper Flop, and then she got me into it years ago. I really liked just the way Tarek and Christina worked together, and then they got a divorce, but they still continued to do the show, and then they stopped doing the show because it was just too hard to work together. So it's funny that they stopped doing their popular show because it was too hard to work together, and then now a couple years later they're reuniting to do a new show called The Flip Off, which basically will have them going against each other, doing flips, and then competing to see who had the better flip. So hey man, I'm down. Let's go. Let's do it. Young Sheldon spinoff Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage has added Will Sasso and Rachel Bay Jones as series regulars. I assumed this because they play Mandy's parents on Young Sheldon, and I figure, where the show leaves off, they live with her parents. So I figured they were kind of needed in the new show, so wasn't shocked to see this confirmation. Game of Thrones Dunk and Egg prequel Night of the Seven Kingdoms is now slated for a June 2025 release date. Netflix is going to exclusively stream NFL's Christmas Day games this year. We have an official release date for the new Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz action comedy Back in Action. We've been talking about this movie for like the last year or two, and Netflix has revealed some first look photos and the release date, which will hit Netflix on November 15th. Little side note, I've seen this movie already. Ooh, I can't talk about it though. I'm under embargo. I can't talk about it, but I have seen Back in Action. So yeah, so crazy that I've seen it. It doesn't come out for like several more months to November 15th. But yeah, we'll keep you posted on this movie here as we get closer to the release date. Keanu Reeves is now confirmed to be starring in The Entertainment System is Down from the Triangle of Sadness director, with Kristen Dunst and Daniel Bruhl set to co-star with him. Shogun seasons 2 and 3 are in the works over on FX and Hulu, so congratulations. I know everybody loves that show. We have the new official trailer for It Ends With Us. That's right, the movie based on the popular book. My wife read this book. She's very excited about this movie. I watched the trailer with her and I was like, not my type of movie. Doesn't look very good to me, but she said it's a great book. But yeah, It Ends With Us with Blake Lively. It hits theaters on August 9th. Check out the trailer now. I Know What You Did Last Summer reboot is landing a summer 2025 release date. So that's pretty cool. They supposedly are in talks with Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. to come back. So it sounds like they might try to do like a Scream, with this franchise where you still have your legacy characters, but you spin it off with the younger crew. So that'd be interesting. I would love to revisit I Know What You Did Last Summer. So summer 2025, get ready. Grand Theft Auto 6 set for a fall 2025 release date. Five Nights at Freddy's sequel is getting a December 2025 release date. Um, Pretty cool there, man. I know a lot of people have been waiting to get that Five Nights at Freddy's. And Blumhouse is also dating some other stuff. Let's see what we got here. Blumhouse has set their 2025 theatrical calendar. Megan 2.0 is going to come out on June 27th. The Black Phone 2 is going to come out on October 17th, 2025. And Five Nights at Freddy's sequel coming out on December. Blumhouse's original horror thriller, The Woman in the Yard, will open on March 28th, and Blumhouse's thriller, Drop, will come out on April 22nd. So lots of movies coming from Blumhouse, lots of release dates. Get ready for them all. Let's see. We got an article up with Rennie Harlan, director of The Strangers, and he talks about shooting the trilogy in just 52 days. Holly Berry battles an evil spirit with Never Let Go. That's right, the new trailer has dropped, so check out the trailer for Never Let Go. Superman and Lois final season will come out in the fall over on CW. Let's see here. Bad Boys, Ride or Die. First reactions have come out, and they are awesome. They are exactly what I was hoping for. People are saying the chemistry is there. It is hilarious. The action is incredible. It's directed well. Everybody pretty much loved it. I think I saw one negative guy that said it just didn't work for me, but he said the rest of the theater was loving it, so maybe it was just him. All the other ones I read were glowing reviews, and that was very, very exciting to see. Um, let's see here. We talked about that. We talked about that. We have a trailer for a documentary about the rise and fall of MoviePass. That's right. This is going to hit HBO on May 29th, so keep an eye out for that. We also have the new trailer for Bad Boys Ride or Die. It's theaters on June 7th. You can get tickets right now. Check out the new trailer. It's pretty awesome. Um, let's see. We talked about that release date. The Woman in the Yard. We talked about that release date. Black Phone. We talked about that release date. The Thundermans. Thundermans Return is getting a spin-off series, and the original cast is set to star. So my daughter will be excited about this. She loves the Thundermans, so I know a lot of kids do. So great to see that come back. Stephen Curry is developing an NBA comedy movie called Trick Shot. William H. Macy, Tiffany Haddish, and Julia Fox are set to star in a new crime thriller called The Deputy. Brad Pitt's Formula One movie got a release date of June 27th, 2025. So still got to wait a little bit, but that's when you're going to get that one. Fall 2, the directors have been set for the second installment of the survival thriller franchise. So curious to see what they do with Fall. Fall was one of those movies I had no desire to see and then watched it and really liked it. And this movie gave me hella anxiety because I hate heights, and this movie really dug into that fear. So we'll see what they do with Fall 2. Kate Hudson's basketball comedy series is coming soon. Glenn Powell set to star in J.J. Abrams' supernatural thriller Acorns. The Spider-Man offshoot Silk Spider Society has been scrapped at Amazon, but they are shopping it around to other streamers to see if anybody else wants to pick it up. So, yeah, so they are moving forward with Spider-Man Noir with Nicolas Cage, but the Silk Spider Society has been scrapped for now. We'll see if anybody else comes and picks that one up. Criminal Minds Evolution Season 2 trailer has dropped, so take a look at that, coming back in June on Paramount Plus. Disney, Warner Brothers, and Fox joint sports streaming service now has a name, and it is coming soon. What did they name it? It's called Venue Sports. So pronounced like venue, but spelled VENU. So Venue Sports. We have every new comedy, drama, and unscripted network show coming in the 2024-2025 season. So check this out for a preview on what is to come in your favorite shows. Young Sheldon's series finale scored a 4-year high, so a very big debut for that. Told you it was a great episode there, so very cool. We have the 2024 American Country Music Award winners list. We have the complete list, so check that out to see if your favorite one. Bill Nye and Matt Smith are set to star in a new drama movie written by Sarah Polley. Laura Dern and Margaret Qualley are set to lead Netflix in A24 miniseries Forever Interrupted. We have the trailer for White Bird, which previews the sequel to the Wonder movie. Oscar Isaac is set to voice Jesus Christ, and Forrest Whitaker also joins the King of Kings cast, a new animated movie there that they're doing. Venom: The Last Dance will be the final Venom movie. That's right. That's what Sony's saying. This will be it. It wraps it up, or at least it wraps it up for Tom Hardy. We'll see if they try to continue it down the road. Maybe our symbiote will find a new host, like Flash Thompson. Who knows? But Eddie, it'll be done with Tom Hardy and Eddie Brock. So we'll see, man. Hopefully they go out with a real big bang. I love the Venom movies, and a little bummed to hear, but kind of figured when the title of the movie was The Last Dance. So we'll see. June Diane Raphael has joined the Josh Brolin-led horror movie Weapons. 28 years later, Cillian Murphy will return to star in Danny Boyle's horror sequel. So a lot of people have been waiting for that confirmation. It is confirmed. So there you go. Focus Features nabs U.S. rights to the Woody Harrelson and Simu Liu rescue drama Last Breath. We have the new trailer for Horizon, an American Saga, which is Kevin Costner's Western epic. Lily Reinhardt is set to star in a new social media thriller called American Sweatshop. Insidious 6 is coming. I didn't think they would do another one, but here we are. Insidious 6 is coming, and its official release date's already got a date, August 29th, 2025. So there you go. Next year, you'll have that Insidious 6. Let's see here. Kristen Dunst and Daniel Bruhl join the Entertainment System is Down. Deadpool and Wolverine tickets are on sale now. I already got mine for the preview night. I'm super excited in IMAX. Cannot wait for that in July. We have an article up with the executive producer of Sugar talking about the show and hopes for season 2. Let's see here. You can get 50% off Paramount Plus right now with a limited time promo code. So check out our page for that. It is a hell of a deal. I just renewed my Paramount Plus with this code. 50% off. You cannot beat it, man. It's the no ads plan too. So beautiful. Let's see here. What else we got? ABC's fall schedule. Grey's Anatomy on the move. The Rookie, Will Trent, and the Connor Swan Song held for mid-season. Check it out to see what's going on with ABC. Marvel Television banner is returning, and it aims to help viewers jump in anywhere. That's right. So supposedly they're really trying to shift the Marvel TV shows to be like, hey, you can jump in, you can watch this without having to watch the other 30 movies in the MCU. So if you see the banner, if you see Marvel Television, or you see Marvel Spotlight, you're supposed to know, hey, I don't really have to worry about the MCU and its connectivity. So I don't know, man. To me, if you're gonna make the interconnected universe, just make the interconnected universe. I don't want them going out of their way to try to like maybe not connect it as much just to appease the casual viewer. As a big fan of the MCU, I want the shit connected. I want the tie-ins. So give me more of it. Don't take it away. But yes, instead of it doing Marvel Studios at the beginning, it'll say Marvel Television. So there you go. It'll also say Marvel Animation for the animated stuff. So you can jump right on in. I hope you feel better about yourself. We have the new poster for Deadpool and Wolverine, which is awesome. It's just a real clean picture of the two of them going at it. Just claws out, guns out, ready to fight, and it's pretty cool. I love it. I kind of want this one hanging in my office. Um, all right, we got some other release dates for some big movies here. First out will be The Killer's Game, starring Dave Bautista, Sofia Boutella, and Terry Crews, along with Scott Adkins and Palm Clementif, and Ben Kingsley. The J.J. Perry directed movie will come out on September 13th, 2024. I'm happy that this one comes out this year. This one here is about when top hitman Joe Flood, played by Dave Bautista, is diagnosed with a terminal illness. He decides to take matters into his own hands by taking a hit out on himself. But when the very hitman he hired also targets his ex-girlfriend, Sofia Boutella, he must fend off an army of assassin colleagues to win back the love of his life before it's too late. Next up is Mel Gibson's Flight Risk, starring Mark Wahlberg, Michelle Dockery, and Topher Grace. This thriller is out in theaters on October 18th, 2024. and features Mark Wahlberg playing a pilot transporting an air marshal accompanying a fugitive to a trial. As they go across the Alaskan wilderness, tensions soar and trust is tested, as not everyone on board is who they seem. Finally, the Den of Thieves sequel. This has been long overdue. Den of Thieves Pantera, which Lionsgate picked up through its acquisition of E1, will come out on January 10th, 2025. It's written and directed by Christian Gudegast, and it features the return of Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr. In Den of Thieves Pantera, Big Nick, played by Butler, is back on the hunt in Europe and closing in on Donnie, played by Jackson, who is embroiled in the treacherous and unpredictable world of diamond thieves and the infamous Panther Mafia as they plot a massive heist of the world's largest diamond exchange. So there you go, man. Some big movies coming. I'm excited about all of these. Killer's Game, Flight Risk, Den of Thieves. I'm ready for all of them. So let's bring them on. We have the trailer for Am I Okay, the new Dakota Johnson movie that's coming to Max. Um, Steve Carell has got a new college comedy that's been ordered over on HBO, and it's from Bill Lawrence. So the combination right there is like, let's go. I think this is going to be a really good one. I'm excited for it. Bel Air coming back for season 3 over on Peacock on August 15th. I'm ready. I love this show. Glad to see it coming back soon. We have the new full trailer for Long Legs. This movie looks batshit crazy, man, and I'm ready for it, dude. I am so ready for Long Legs. Let's go. Sandman 2 doing some more season casting, so check that out if you're interested. We talked about the Fall Guy hitting VOD today. They've also released an extended cut, which has 20 more minutes in the movie, so very cool there. Can't wait to watch that. We have your first look at Bad Monkey, which is Vince Vaughn's new Bill Lawrence. Oh, look at Bill Lawrence again, man. This guy is on fire right now. Vince Vaughn stars in Bill Lawrence's latest comedy, which is going to hit Apple TV Plus on August 14th. I'm ready, man. Just like I was excited about Steve Carell and Bill Lawrence doing a comedy, I got Vince Vaughn and Bill Lawrence doing a comedy, and on Apple TV Plus. Let's go. Bad Monkey, August 14th. Ryan Reynolds says he was surprised and grateful that Disney allowed for the R rating for Deadpool and Wolverine. Um, the Christopher Reeve story is going to get a special September 2024 release date as DC Studios and Fathom Events are partnering to give Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, a special theatrical release. So keep your eyes out for that. Yellowstone has started production on its final season 5 episodes. And they're supposed to drop in November, by the way. The next Pirates of the Caribbean movie will be a reboot, and producer Jerry Bruckheimer said he would love to bring Johnny Depp back if it was up to him, but it sounds like it's going to be a full reboot with nobody returning. And he also thinks Disney really wants to make the version that has Margot Robbie in it, so of course they do. We have your first look at Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson transforming into MMA legend Mark Kerr in the first look at A24's The Smashing Machine, directed by Benny Safdie, also co-starring Emily Blunt. This movie here just started filming, so they put out a day one kind of photo of The Rock as Mark Kerr. And I got to tell you, this picture blew me away. If you just looked at this picture and said, "Who is this?" I honestly would not tell you this was The Rock. You do not see The Rock when you look at this picture. They somehow, not only obviously the makeup covering up all his tattoos and everything, but his face looks totally different. Obviously he has hair, right? The Rock's always bald. He's got a full head of hair. Whatever they did to his nose, to his eyebrows, to his cheeks, I don't know, man. They did a hell of a makeup job on him. He does look like Mark Kerr, and he does not look like The Rock. So seeing The Rock transform and really going into it, because a lot of people would say, like a lot of actors wouldn't want to go under the makeup and just be like, "Hey, I'm playing the character, but I want to look like me," and he's really diving into this, man. So I think this project is going to be really special. So check out that picture; it looks so cool. Boy Kills World coming out on digital on May 28th. Guys, I'm telling you, this is one of my favorite films of the year. I've seen it twice. This movie is awesome. Check it out when it hits digital on May 28th. Mark Ruffalo is in talks to star alongside Chris Hemsworth in a new thriller called Crime 101. That would be awesome. I would love to see those two pair up again. Disneyland's Club 33 being turned into a movie with Sean Levy producing. Late Bloomers, we have the new trailer starring Karen Gillan. It's their new comedy movie that hits theaters on June 7th. Holly Hunter is set to star in Star Trek Starfleet Academy. She's going to be the lead of that new show, so that's pretty cool there. We have the Red Band trailer for Babes, which is the new R-rated Lana Glazer comedy movie that's coming soon. Could have saw that movie last week, decided to pass, not my jam, but hopefully if you're looking forward to it, check out the new trailer. Glenn Powell's been cast in the new remake of Heaven Can Wait. God, every week now we're talking about Glenn Powell signing on to a new project. So good for him, man. Keep busy. So Heaven Can Wait remake. Tires is getting a season 2 order already. This is the new Shane Gillis Netflix show. Season 1 hasn't even dropped yet, and they've already renewed it for season 2. Shoresy season 3 trailer has dropped for the Hulu comedy series. Simon Kinberg is going to produce a prequel movie for Star Trek, and he could oversee the film franchise. So if it picks up and gets going, he could be the new Kevin Feige of this Star Trek universe. So we'll see how that kind of pans out there. Um, we'll talk more about that in just a second. Aaron Eckhart is set to play a U.S. president in the Con Air director's new action movie called Raider. We have the trailer for My Lady Jane, which is Prime Video's new comedy history series. India de Beaufort is not returning as Olivia for season 3 of Night Court, so that sucks to always lose a character deep into your show's seasons. Walker has been canceled over at the CW after 4 seasons. So I know a lot of people were waiting on this one with bated breath. Is this one going to get picked up or not? I think anything on the CW is on that bubble, to be honest. But yes, it has been canceled after 4 seasons. Um, it looks like All American Homecoming is probably going to get canceled too. It is not fully official yet, but is right there on that bubble. It is also official that the Spencer Sisters is not returning for season 2. Primo has been canceled over a freebie after a short but beautiful run, says the creator Shay Serrano. I did not hear about this show, but then again, I don't watch freebie very much. But yeah, Primo is not coming back. Industry season 3 is coming soon to HBO, and we got your first look at Kit Harington's Tech CEO. Comcast has set pricing for their new Netflix, Apple TV Plus, and Peacock streaming bundle. They're going to do all 3 for just $15. That's a hell of a deal. My problem with it is that this is the ad-supported tier. Are they going to do different tiers? Maybe another one that's a little bit more expensive with no ads? I don't know, because I haven't seen anything come out about it yet. It just seems to be this one plan. So it's a great price if you don't mind the ads. But this is supposed to launch by the end of the month. Adam Wingard not returning for the Godzilla Kong sequel. And that's a bummer because he did the last 2. He did Godzilla versus Kong. He did Godzilla X Kong. And yeah, he is leaving, at least for now. Wingard directed the last 2 of Legendary's hit MonsterVerse movies, but he will not be returning for the 3rd installment due to scheduling. Supposedly he's got another project in the works, and they want to start filming this new Godzilla Kong movie pretty ASAP. So it's just not going to work out for this one. Let's see here. Going back to Walker, the network has canceled the Jared Padalecki show after 4 seasons. The series will finish out its run, ending with what will now be a series finale on June 26th. Unicorn Academy is getting a 2nd season. Marvel's X-Men movie has landed Michael Leslie as the writer for the movie. This is the guy that wrote the latest Hunger Games movie, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So we'll see what he can do with X-Men, man. It's really cool to just see them getting a writer, and it shows we're moving forward, moving closer and closer to getting X-Men. All right, going back to Simon Kinberg. Let's see here. I want to give you more of the story here of what they're looking to make with this Star Trek film. So Simon Kinberg is looking to produce a new Star Trek feature for Paramount Pictures. If all goes well, the door would open for him to take all active creative roles on the rest of the film's storied franchise side history. Alex Kurtzman and Akiva Goldsman are the main creative producers on the TV side. The project Kinberg will step into is already in very active development. Toby Haynes, who directed episodes of Star Wars series Andor, is on board to direct the new movie, with Seth Grahame-Smith writing the script. The project is set to be set decades before the events of the 2009 reboot that J.J. Abrams did, likely around modern times. It is said to involve the creation of the Starfleet and humankind's first contact with alien life. So I like that. I kind of dig that. We're going way back to something we've never seen before in the Star Trek land, and that gets me excited. Simon Kinberg is a great director or a great producer, so I kind of dig it. Give us something fresh and new. Why not? Let's do it. All right, guys, and a couple trailers to wrap us up. The new Sweet Tooth trailer for the final season. It drops on Netflix June 6th. Check out the final season trailer. And the trailer for Trigger Warning, which is a new action flick starring Jessica Alba that hits Netflix on June 21st. So there you go. That's what we got for you guys for this week. Thank you so much. We're right at that 45-minute mark again. I love how we always fall right in line. Thank you so much for getting caught up with me for the latest and greatest in entertainment news. AmIOnTheAir.com is the official webpage. Make sure you bookmark it. Make sure you share it. It's the easiest way to get to all the socials and everything you need. Make sure you like us on Facebook.com/AmIOnTheAir, over on Twitter or X at AmIOnTheAir, myself directly at DXDonMega. And those same handles you could follow over on Threads as well, if Threads is your way to go. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcast or Spotify, iHeartRadio, anywhere you stream podcast. Go ahead and subscribe. Give us a like. We'd really appreciate it. And don't forget to follow us on all the other socials like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all simply at Am I on the Air. And thank you to our great affiliates at Red Dragons Radio and the Pop Culture Pros. You can follow on Twitter at Red Dragons Radio. It's reddragonsradio.com and the Pop Culture _Pros. Pop Culture _Pros. Over on Twitter as well. Thank you guys for always streaming our shows on demand on a week-to-week basis. And that'll do it for us right here on May the 21st. Hope you all have an amazing week. This Thursday, we'll be seeing the preview night IMAX of Furiosa. Very, very excited about that. So we'll be talking about that next week and anything else that comes down the pike. So have an amazing week. Take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, y'all. Peace. Red Dragon!